What's up guys, Elfis here, and today we're going to be doing another HoN replay analysis. This one is going to be for Gegiliscious, I believe is how you say that name. I could be mistaken, but I'm fairly certain that's how you say his name. So this is going to be for Gegiliscious, and he is going to play Parasite. We're going to go ahead and start it. FYI, for those of you who haven't looked at the timer on the video yet, this is quite a long replay analysis, so if you do not have the time to watch the replay analysis, feel free to jump to the end. I try to summarize everything in the last 5 minutes or so. Now, of course, I can't summarize everything. There will be things I miss, but that's just life, you know. Hey, GM. I'm not sure what he's referring to, but okay, so I haven't watched the replay analysis for this, but I did read his little description of it. And it sounds like this is your typical 1400, 1500 game where people rage for no reason and tend to be quite the angry group of people. That's just how the 1400s and 1500s work. We are gonna focus on Parasite specifically because that's what he wanted help with. But I will try and cover everything I can. So, first of all, we're going to go over team composition-wise. I'll start with the Hellborn team, because that's where Parasite is. So, the Hellborn team, we have Moraxus, Parasite, Wretched Hag, Master of Arms, Plague Rider. Now, reading the description, I already know that Plague Rider and Master of Arms aren't really that good. But, just team composition-wise, not worrying about the players playing them, this is actually a decent team composition. I really like it. You have your Initiation in Moraxus and Hag, and even Parasite too, although I don't like him to get too much focus, so I prefer Moraxus PK'd in first. But in ganks, Parasite can initiate. But in team fights, Moraxus or Hag. Okay, so we have Initiation, we have your carry with Master of Arms, and even Parasite to an extent. And then we have some support with Plague Rider, and even Hag if need be, although I would prefer she didn't. So lane-wise, I assume we're going to be seeing a Parasite jungle, which is the only thing that makes sense. I've seen people start different items with Parasite. I'm not an expert on him. I've actually played him a number of times, and I can never seem to optimize my jungling like other people do. I've watched, replays on it and tried to figure out how to do it in a good way. I can't seem to figure it out, so sorry about that. What I do say is that usually you get like two types of people. You get one type of person who goes for the Blood Chalice first. They rush for a Blood Chalice, in which case they'll probably get the Scarab first, and then some regen and maybe a ward. And then there's the other type of people who rush for the Ring of Sorcery. It looks like he's rushing for the Ring of Sorcery. I hope that's what you're building this for, Gegiliscious. Starting items from Moraxus, totally fine. I would have actually gotten 3 minor totems instead of the Crushing Claws, especially in a solo lane, because it's the same 3 strength, and then on top of that it gives you 3 agility and intelligence. So right away, this is a problem. Grinix bought wards, which is odd, but we'll talk about that in a minute. This is a problem. In a solo lane, you can't let this happen. You can't let your pole get warded. The first thing you should be doing, you guys were actually sitting back here somewhere for a little bit. You should, even though it's a 1400, 1500 game, so usually you're not going to get people who pull or ward, but you guys should have been up here defending it. Granted, you're too melee, you can still scare people off and at least delay it and get the first wave. Now, after that, you can't really indefinitely stop it. So, real quickly, I just want to note, do they have an AFK or something? Why is... Oh, they're doing a tri-lane? I'm incredibly confused now. Okay, whatever, let's finish starting items. So, Plague Rider has Striders and 1 thing of regen. I don't know how he got that so fast, actually. Did he just... I'm actually going to rewind because I don't know how he got that. How did he start with Striders? Is this a random game? No, it's not. I don't understand. I'm very confused. Okay, did somebody give him gold or something? Alright, I'm confused. I don't know how that happened, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. The only thing I can think is that this may have been back before the change to randoming, in that they used to have it so that in normal mode, like all pick games, and that's a pretty pretty obvious kill. I was going to commentate on it, but you know, once he landed the bomb, it's over. against these three, you're not getting out. So that's actually a cool skin for Eloni. I haven't seen that one yet. But so the only thing I can think is that maybe this is before they changed it so that when you random, you did get extra gold still. Other than that, I don't know. But I still don't agree with it. You shouldn't start boots like that either way. It's the same thing as like starting with a health tube. You use up all your gold and then you have nothing to buy other items with. So he should have bought wards for starters. He didn't get any wards, which is poor on his part. And he also didn't upgrade the courier, and he didn't get any supporting items or stats or anything like that. So that's a poor choice by him. Hag is actually a really good counter to Deadwood mid. Really good. Like Hag should win this lane hands down. Sorry, I had a little bit of a tongue tie there. So Deadwood starting items totally fine. Hag starting items totally fine. I would have dropped one of these totems and grabbed a potion instead, but totally fine. I actually like her using her little, what's that called? HoN, to harass, because the mana cost is actually fairly low, for, you know, considering spell-wise. You know, her sonar scream's 140, so spell-wise considered, 80 is fairly low. So you actually mentioned in the description that the reason you couldn't really gank is because the lane is pushed up so much. The reason for that is hands down because of this ward right here. This ward literally stops you from being able to gank. And I know, it's unfortunate, you have to buy the... I'm not sure where this is going. If this is actually going to be walked right into here, this is very poor. Very poor micro indeed. So, you have to buy the... Okay, you noticed it. Alright, so you're going for it. I thought he was going to have it walked in. So... Even still, though, that's a little bit risky. So you have to buy Revelation wards when they ward your pull. I know nobody likes to do it. Nobody wants to sacrifice the 100 gold to be the one that pays for it. I know it's unfortunate. It really is. But what I will say is that Parasite, if nobody else is going to do it, Parasite needs to do it, because Parasite needs to gank to be the effective hero that he's made to be. Like, if he can't gank, he's not going to be doing much. He's not going to be very useful, okay? Now, you could always gank other lanes, agreed. But you really need to gank as Parasite, okay? It's not an option. If you're going to play a farm Parasite, you pick the wrong hero. There's plenty of other better heroes that can farm. They can farm even better in the jungle and do other things. You know what I mean? Parasite he specializes in ganking. So you need to shell out the 100 gold to pay for the Revelation ward. I know, I don't like doing it either, but everybody likes to be a little bit greedy, but it is what it is. So I still don't really understand this tri-lane down here bot. This is a pretty shitty tri-lane. They only really have like one stun, which is not a good tri-lane. Did we get a pause? I assume that's what happened. Yeah, no. Yeah, okay, pause the game. Alright, so that's actually fine. It gives me a second to catch up. So I assume this is just because they either know each other or all wanted to go bot lane or whatever the deal is, because this is actually a terrible tri-lane. This is one of the worst tri-lanes you could possibly have, actually. Predator shouldn't be in a tri-lane. Bombardier 100% shouldn't be in a tri-lane. There's no reason for that. Bombardier really needs levels early on. Now, oops, sorry, I hit the mic there. My mistake. What I will say is that it's working out because of the poor play from a Parasite here. It's actually better if these two just stay back and just leech XP and don't even try for last hits, unless when they know they can get it without being risky. Because this is not, you can't let such a terrible tri-lane succeed like this, you know what I mean? Now if you look at the last hits, sorry about that, I still have a bit of a runny nose. If you look at the last hits, all three of them are pretty low. So 10, 0, and 1. So they've gotten 11 last hits between the three of them in 4 minutes. That's pretty low. They should be almost at, you know, they should be at like 20. And then if we look conversely, I think that's the right word there. Conversely, you guys have only gotten 5 in this lane, which is fine. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that the fact that you guys have also died twice is really bad. So now they're leaving. He should probably... Well, you guys have a rune on ward, so he should have seen that invisibility picked up. So He should be paying attention. Hopefully he won't get ganked from that. So it looks like he's going to come in the jungle and try and mess with you. There's no reason at all Bombardier should succeed with this. You're level 5, he's level 3. If he comes in the jungle... Oh no, he's changing his mind. He's going to come from behind for what appears to be... I'm not really sure. Because Deadwood's not 6, so Deadwood can't do anything on his own, really. I mean, that's about all he can do. He can root, and that's it. Now, Hag definitely should get out of here now. There's no reason to stay, and he knows that he got the invis, so he should definitely leave. I don't understand why he's still here. He's not even, like, moving around either, so it would be so easy to catch him in another grasp. The Hellborn's courier has been killed by Blue. Okay, well, now we know it's here. He's here, I guess. He's level 3. Can we get a haunt on him? Nice. Parasite. There we go. Perfect. This should be a free kill. Awesome sauce. Okay, and actually you guys could kill him too. He's not 6. You should most definitely kill him. Once your skill comes off cooldown, he's dead. Yeah, there's nothing he's going to do. There we go. Perfect. And free kill. Awesome. See? Very good. Very well played by the two of you, actually. Hag, I think she didn't have the mana to blink out of there when Deadwood came around, so that's fine. But very well played. Very poorly played. No, sorry, I was mixing up. So very poorly played here. I think he's... No, he's not going to live. I lied. I was going to say I think he's going to live, but no. So these two, that was kind of out of position. Even without Bombardier, the fact that they're the same level as you, Predator is so strong. Early, mid, late, any time during the game. He's such a strong hero. I can't emphasize that enough. I don't know why he's not picked up as much. I guess in the current meta, he doesn't really work out in professional play or something. I'm not really sure. I love the hero, though. In matchmaking, he is like a dream. He is phenomenal. That hero dominates. It's ridiculous how easy it is to dominate with that hero. Okay, here we go, actually. Even though you're not ganking top lane, that is, you actually did help out mid. Even though you're not ganking top lane, Moraxus is still winning the lane. He's winning the lane on creep score, he's winning the lane kill-wise, he's winning the lane level-wise, gold per minute-wise, XPM-wise, everything. So the fact that you're not ganking isn't affecting this. Because they did a tri-lane instead of a 1v2, Moraxus is kicking the crap out of this Grinix. And again, I want to comment on the fact that Grinix started with wards when he didn't need to. I imagine that Elonia and Bombardier, the two who should have started with wards, or one of them at least should have started with wards, I imagine they were crying about how they don't want to support, something along those lines. But, you know, that's just the 1400, 1500 curse. That's just, it is what it is. People pick heroes and then they don't want to play that role, so they kind of want to do whatever the hell they want. So, it is what it is. So he actually got wards of his own. The fact that he got a ward for pull is actually really good on his part, especially seeing as how he knew you guys had a Parasite. It's pretty funny, actually. So Bombardier is talking about what he killed on the courier back here, because he killed it and then they killed him. A mark of the novice, boots, and 2 recipe for grave locket. I imagine you didn't have 2 recipes for Grave Locket. That would be a little bit odd. Oh, is he talking about the recipe for the talisman? I get it now. Okay, sorry. That was my mistake. Okay, so real quick, we're going to talk about items while we're sitting here. Moraxus, he's on the ball. He is money right now. He's got a health tube, 7 minutes, a blood chalice, and boots level 1. Actually, I want to comment on the fact that you had this Ring of the Teacher at about 350 is when I first saw it. I think you might have even had it like 330. That's really good. That's a pretty fast Ring of the Teacher, or Ring of the Sorcery, sorry. So you actually did quite well in the jungle, quite well. And you can actually tell that by your CK. You're just about on par with your best on the team, 30. You're actually both just a little bit below where you should be. But the fact that you both have a kill makes up for it. So you guys should both be, hopefully, 7 minutes. So something like 35, maybe, yeah, something like that, 35. Maybe 30, actually, maybe just a little bit low. Yeah, so maybe 30. So maybe Moraxus is just on par, I'd say. He's coming back, so don't unpause, right as you guys unpause. I like that. Okay, so what are we going to talk about now? Okay, so Grinix got a hatchet, which means he should be beating Moraxus in last hits. He's not, which is unfortunate. So that's wasted gold, 100% wasted gold. Elonia, and I want to comment, I'm going to come back to the fact that this is the oddest tri-lane I think I've ever seen. Oh, actually, sorry. Now it's different because Deadwood's here and Predator left. So they should still be leaving this. It looks like he's about to try and fight this Bombardier just because he thinks he's alone. They don't have any wards over here, so this is very stupid. I mean, they can look at the map. If you just look, I don't know if there's a way to look from somebody's perspective and, you know, comment on the Fog of War thing. He is dark green, so can I see that? Not really. Okay, so never mind then. Back to spectator. All right, so just looking at the fact that he can see that this is the only one he can see, and he might be able to have seen her go in there or see that she's there. I'm not entirely sure, because of this creep or something. But he should see that there's only one, maybe two of them here, and the other three are missing. Now, obviously, Predator disconnected, so he's not super worried about that. Okay, good. He ran away. He's still dead, though, I think. Yep. Here comes the root. Yeah, you're dead. And ult onto you, and you're dead, too, now. Oh! Yeah, dead. Oh, but you did get Deadwood for it, so it's not a totally terrible trade. I think had Plague Rider ulted there... Oh, Plague Rider's not 6 yet. Okay, sorry. That's why. They're under-leveled. Alright. My mistake a little bit there. So, well, I wouldn't say they're under-leveled. I mean, he's definitely under-leveled. Master of Arms is definitely under-leveled. Plague Rider not so much. So here's what you did wrong. And I actually... I didn't comment on this too much, but I do want to mention it. So, here's the big mistake you made. You can actually fight that, by the way. He has no mana left. You could actually fight that. Just FYI. Not saying you should. I still think you're fine in running away. I would have gone to, grab this creep or something and just turned right back around and fought it. You can bait his last spell, and then, then you can fight it, no problem. Or heal up, either or, that's fine. Now you should go right back in. And here we go. But so you actually wanted me to comment on how you could have changed things the first couple minutes there, and what to do and how you would have changed that and how you would have played it better. So the very first thing I want to comment on, the fact that this is really key. This is what dictated the fact that you weren't able to do what you needed to do. And actually, first of all, I just want to mention this. The ward of your pole is what did it. The ward of the pole is 100% what killed you. That's what made your ganking top lane useless. You couldn't do it. Now, what I would have said, and what I'll still say, is that they don't have a jungler, actually. You can look, Predator can jungle, but he's not. You can see that he's in bot lane. You could have actually just changed and shifted over to bot lane. You know what I mean? You could have gone down here and jungled here. And even if they do have a jungler down here, Parasite is very good at, anti-jungling. So now we have, our own tri-lane Bruin down here. That's kind of odd, but... Well, I hope Hag's going to leave here after. So you could have shifted down here to the bottom lane. You could have countered this ward, or you could have ganked mid lane. Mid lane is the other option. The lane at the moment is pushed up. I haven't paid too much attention to it. There may be a little bit. It may have been pushed up. It may have not been pushed up the whole game. I'm not sure. But you could have easily looped around. Gone here. Watch the mini map because it's hard to. Well, actually, you could have looped around. Come around this way, come back up in the side, grab, maybe this hard camp, and then come in and ganked him. That would have been my immediate advice, is to focus on mid if you weren't going to ward that pull. And also, you don't even need to ward the pull because it's a 1v1. You're not required to gank and help this lane. You should still be ganking, just not necessarily on this lane. The other thing I want to note is that what really also screwed you is not this guy. It's not, that came out weird. It's not the ward, okay? It's just the fact that that Legion team decided to do a weird tri-lane instead of sending 2 top. Had they sent 2 top, you would have had a much better time ganking. You would have, because they would have been constantly pushing the lane even without the pull. So that's another thing. You can't really do anything about that. You can't make them send 2 top. What you can do is change and gank bot. That's the other option. So Master of Arms running here when he's level 4, that's very poor on his part. I think he might actually even die. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, so he's dead. Moraxus should have popped his ult right there, I think. There's no reason to leave it on, really. Yeah, so now you get one, but, as long as you get someone with it, it's fine. But, Hag, yep, there we go, I was hoping we'd do that. Okay, so that was actually a good engagement for you guys, believe it or not. Master of Arms is kind of At this point in the game, I wouldn't say he's normally a free trade that you're willing to give up, but at this point in the game, he's being useless. He's not doing anything. 9 creep score. He's not going to carry anything, any game. All right. So at this point, I'm fine trading him for a Grinix and Bombardier. And granted, you had to trade Parasite too, or sorry, not Parasite, Plague Rider too. But you know, Plague Rider 2 isn't really doing that amazing. He was doing better, but certainly not great. So now, Itemize Hag's doing fine. Master of Arms doing fine for what the gold he's got, I guess. It looks like he's building a Ring of the Teacher, which is kind of stupid, but hey. Plague Rider, I don't even know. I guess he's going for a Codex. So he went for a Codex before you went for a Codex. I'm not sure. In your description of the video, it sounded like you said he went for a Codex because you went for a Codex. In my understanding of this, and I haven't been reading your team chat, so maybe I'm mistaken. In my understanding of this, it looks like he went for a Codex before you went for a Codex. So this Moraxus is dead, long past dead. There's no... Oh, yeah, I was going to say, there's no way that Grinix can and Parasite. Predator's here to help out too. You can actually, you know, turn around and annoy him a little bit, as long as you avoid a Bombardier bomb. If you get caught with a bomb, you're in trouble. If you can, you know, you can use your slow, your leech, sorry, it's like, I don't actually know the name of the skill. Oh, sorry, it's leech. Okay then, so this is where you're going back in. Don't let your Plague Rider die. This is bad. You're going into something that's, no, you shouldn't have even come back in on that. You should have just said screw him. He was poor positioning. He was dead. 3v1 Plague Rider's not going to live from that. So so like I was saying, it looks like Plague Rider's actually building a Codex before you built one. Now, I'm not reading team chat. Maybe you told him you're building a Codex, and maybe that's why he's building one. But it looks at this point like he's just building a Codex because he's a complete and utter idiot. There's absolutely no reason to build a Codex on Plague Rider. Anybody who does it, you're a moron. There's nothing else to say. I mean, sorry, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody who does that on Parasite or on Plague Rider, but you are in fact a moron. There's nothing to get around that. This should not be a free kill. I hope he's gonna die from this. Thank you. All right. In reality, the guys in mid should have noticed and started to walk over. You guys shouldn't be toying around on this tower, you know, ready to tower dive. But so you're totally visible. I don't understand why you're not. Oh, your ult is on cooldown. Okay. I missed when you used it. But so I just want to real quick clarify what I was saying about earlier in the early game. So the things you could have done to change it, where you could have, and right there you were a bit out of position. Like I was saying, you guys shouldn't have been diving on this. You should have just came over to help with Deadwood. I mean, I realized he would have died before you got there anyways, but still. And I apologize if you can hear my dogs in the background. I'm not sure what they're freaking out about. But so like I was saying, in the early game, the things you could have done to fix that: counter your ward pull. You could have also changed jungles, gone to the Legion, and then you could have also started ganking mid and bot. Those would be the other two options, especially bot, since it was a tri-lane. They could have used the help. But other than that, there's really nothing you can do, because, I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, you know? But you really didn't need to worry about top lane so much because it was a 1v1. They chose some weird lane styles, and you know, at that point, it's not, you didn't really need to worry about it too much. So I love the fact that Moraxus is carrying a TP. You are not, which is quite odd, because Parasite is a ganker, and gankers are people who they're usually people who are really bursty, or have a lot of crowd control, one of the two. And in this case, Parasite's kind of both. He has a silence, like a buff steal, and, you know, he has a movement speed steal. And on top of that, he does quite a bit of damage with his face hug and leech combo. So the only thing I want to comment on is the fact that you need to have a TP so that you can teleport around to kill people. You know, I mean, it's your job. If they're tower diving, the ganker, it's his job to, and that's not going to do. Oh, that's actually a stun. I thought it was a root. I'm actually mistaken then. Never mind. That was a very good job of you. You can definitely get him, so I hope you're going to keep chasing this. Leech will come off here in a sec. You should have kept chasing. You should have kept chasing, I think, but that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Hacks. I don't know how that's hacks, but I think maybe you're referring to the fact that when he, like, went invis, it like, stopped your leech. As far as I noted, it looked like your leech didn't do any damage. I could be mistaken. We're actually going to come back a few seconds here, and we'll slow it down just to see. So here it is. One more. We'll speed up one. We're going to see a leech thrown. He's invis. Yeah, it's not doing any damage. I don't know what to tell you. That happens, I guess. I think that is slightly a bug. I think just because he went invis doesn't mean he should be immune to that, but it happens a lot, actually. Your single targets kind of get nullified when people go immune sometimes. It's just how it works. I don't think that the game was actually meant to be that way, but I could be wrong. Maybe S2 planned for it to be that way. It's hard to say. I think it's a little bit unfair if they did plan for it to be that way, but hey, those are the rules. I don't make them. I just hate them. So Moraxus is actually... he's kind of tapered off a bit. His CK has gone down from where it was, but that's fine. He's Moraxus, so I would be expecting that. See, this is what you're doing wrong right here. Your team's fighting, and you're up here farming. This isn't good. It's okay for... Nope, sorry, I thought that was Master of Arms. It's not okay for Plague Rider either. So this is why you need a TP. When team fights happen, you need to be there. When just, even not team fights, just 2v2s or 1v3s or 3v1s or, you know, whatever. Fighting happens, you need to be there. You're not a pusher, you're not a farmer, you're Parasite. Parasite excels at killing. That's his job. He can't... I mean, he's okay at farming. He's a pretty good jungler, but he excels at killing. I got my first attack off on him at the last second. I don't know. Yeah, so you're talking about it too. You're talking about the leech getting disjointed. It happens, I guess. Invis does that sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't. It depends how invis they are. If they're like fading or if they are invis, it's like a little bit different. But so anyways, back to my comment. You need to be fighting. That's your job. You're up here farming still, wasting time. Even without a codex, Parasite is still a phenomenal killer. And the fact that they have 1, 2, 3 super squishy heroes, maybe not Grinix is super squishy, but he's still squishy. And then they have Predator as the magic meme, which is going to be your kryptonite, and which I'm actually not sure if your ultimate would steal that or not. I don't know if that would work. I'd have to look into that. I don't play Parasite enough to know. I know it steals buffs. I don't know if it can actually be used when it's magically immune though, so I'm not sure. I'm imagining you guys realize this is an image. I hope you're not gonna... Yeah, you must realize it. Okay, so that's good on your part. So he actually has a PK and a decent timing, so that's good on Deadwood's part. His CK is slightly low, so that's actually kind of nice for him. Items on this side looking good so far, except for the Energizer on Grinix. I don't totally know why he built that. Other than that, totally fine. It looks like Predator's getting into Sanitarius. I love that on Pred. So I'm gonna... Okay, you just straight out bought a codex. Alright, so now you have your codex. Now there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be just following you, sticking with your team, killing people, all kinds of shenanigans, which we are doing now at the moment, so that's good. But even before that, you really should be, you know, you should be with your team. And actually what I will say is you can get the 2 punch daggers, create your ghost marchers, and then disassemble it to make the codex later. A lot of people don't do that on him. I guess they either don't realize that you can disassemble it or what. So this is the part where you guys look like you're backing off. There's absolutely no reason to do that. You have such a hardcore early game team. This is your kind of thing. This is what you want. You want to fight these. You know, you want these. She needs to get out. Oh god, is she gonna die? Oh, if Deadwood had seen her, I think he would have kept chasing. So you need to keep chasing this. Keep chasing. Even with the bomb on you, I don't think you should be running, but Deadwood doesn't have any mana. Leech him? No, okay. So, not that the leech would have done anything, maybe just scared him off or something, but... So, you guys should have been all continuously fighting that fight. The focus was a little bit odd. You guys didn't really seem to be focusing super much. That's not a good Plague Rider ult. Not that I was expecting one from this, you know, amateur Plague Rider, give or take. He's not really all that good. The trading actually did go about even, though, is what I'm gonna say. I mean, it was fine. It wasn't a bad team fight for you guys. It certainly wasn't what you want, but it's totally fine. So I just want to keep emphasizing the fact that you really need to be killing. That's Parasite's job early on in the game, or really at all points in the game. It's just that later on in the game, he kind of depends on his team to be able to get kills. what I like to do as Parasite is pretty much, the way I think of it is you're essentially kind of a gimp, you're kind of gimping your team if you're not getting kills, right? So if you're not getting kills, you're kind of a weak hero, essentially. That's your job, and you're not doing it, so you're kind of weak. So the way I like to think of it is I like to pick one person on the enemy team, in this case it would be Bombardier, and I just like to literally fuck them over and over and over and over again. I go for them every team fight, I follow them around the map, you know what I mean? That's what I like to do. So if I'm gimping my team by one hero, then I'm gimping your team by one hero. That's how I like to do it, you know what I mean? And on top of that, I'm getting kills and such. And usually, Parasite's ultimate has a fairly short cooldown. I mean, that's a pretty damn, you know, a minute at level 1, but it goes down to 30 seconds at level 3. That's a pretty short cooldown for, you know, for an ultimate, really. You can pretty much just do whatever. So now you have your Codex, I think, level 1. That can't be right. You just bought... Oh, you're having it delivered on the courier, I think. Yeah, okay, so you have a level 2 Codex now. Level 2 is actually where I like to draw the line for a bit. I'm fine with getting a Prodex. Prodex is the HoN terminology for a level 5 Codex, by the way, in case anybody who's watching didn't know. I'm fine with getting a Prodex. I just think that you should wait on the other 3. So I like to get level 2, because that's a fairly decent chunk. It's 500 magic damage. But then, and this is totally good by you roaming through their jungle, looking for someone to kill. Your wards... Oh, you don't have a ward here anymore. Never mind. Sorry. So your wards saw Elonia. Very good job on your part. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is your job to run around. So I don't agree with Strivers. Not at all. You should have definitely gotten Ghost Marchers. That's just, you know, what it is. These guys both running to the shop for a TP. I imagine that's what they're getting. Teleport out. Deadwood. No, he's just going to run away. Yeah, that's fine by Deadwood. I think if you guys noticed, there was a hole here in the trees. You could have found him, but hey, what you gonna do? It is what it is. Sometimes people just don't see things. So he's actually running out here to kill your Plague Rider. You guys should have instantly turned around. Instantly. No turnarounds. Okay. Even you could go and cut him off, but that's fine. So your ward here saw Bombardier coming. This should be a free kill for you. I mean, he is... Leech him, perhaps. Okay, Codex, and then one auto attack. You're good. Alright, now just leave. Predator shouldn't be able to kill you. Oh, Predator Elonia, though. This is a different story. That's unfortunate. You actually would have gotten out if it wasn't for Elonia. That's kind of unfortunate. But, hey, those are the joys and not joys of wards. I mean, if you had seen it coming on the ward, which you should have seen it coming on this ward, I think, then you should have ran maybe this way instead of this way, would be my only comment on that. But it's hard to pay attention to the map. I know these are things that are just hard to, you know, do all at once, and that's fine. So again, like I was saying, level 2 Codex is usually where I draw the line for a bit, and then late game I'll get the other 3. The other 3 levels. It goes up to level 5 for Codex. But I draw the line because that's enough to kill squishies, and you're not going to be killing tanks, really. It's not your focus. So what you want to do instead is get more carry-oriented items. I like to get a Frostburn next. I imagine what we're going to see is you're going to go straight for a Prodex. That's what a lot of people like to do. They go straight for Prodex. And it's okay. It's just not... So she should have left. Blink, hopefully. Okay, wasted ults and dead. I'm not sure why she didn't blink. Did that come off cooldown right there at the end? Yeah, kind of. She could have still blinked though. So I don't totally understand that. But yeah. So I'm not sure why it's like bugging out like her ult on cooldown. But okay. So we get a kill here thanks to you. Very good job as Parasite. You're doing your job now. This is what I want to comment on. Nice deny too. Most people don't really pay attention to that. Nice deny. So you're doing your job now, quite good actually, is what I want to say. You were a little bit iffy at first, but you kind of picked it up. The only comment though is that at first is really what matters with Parasite. That's really the deal. You know what I mean? And you're actually being really good about denying your creeps so that you still get the gold for them and the experience. That's actually a really good job. A lot of Parasites, once we get past the early game and get into mid and late game, they kind of tend to flop on that. So I'm not sure what this guy's doing. He's walking right past a Revelation. He should be visible. He should be invisible now, though. Okay. I'm not sure why he's down here anyways. He doesn't have any wards, so I don't know who he thinks he's going to kill. I guess maybe he's hoping he could catch Bombardier, maybe? But even Bombardier, I don't even know if he could kill. But, so, So your Parasite and your Plague and your Master of Arms, I hate them. Hate them both. They're pretty bad players. So I don't agree with this on Moraxus. He should have gotten a PK first. I like the item. I'm totally fine with the item. Love the wards. He didn't actually buy them. Borrowing from who? So Master of Arms actually bought wards, so that's nice. He knows he's being useless and he's buying wards. I appreciate that. I actually really like when players realize they're not doing their job, they're being pretty useless, and they just start supporting, and that's just what they do. I actually really like that, so I'm very happy about that. But still, Moraxus should have gotten a PK before he gets this Soul Bulwark. That's just... he needs it. You guys need the initiation, really. Sorry. You need the initiation, really. So, I imagine we're looking towards... Yep, there's level 3, so it looks like you're just going to go straight for a Prodex. Again, should have gotten a Frostburn, I think. I think that's just... I don't think there's many people who would disagree with that either. I think even if you ask professional players, they would also agree that getting it level 2, maybe level 3, and then getting some other items is a better choice. I could be wrong on that, but, you know. Okay, so Parasite died. I'm actually curious how you died. We're going to rewind here. So you're a little bit out of position. You have a haste rune. This tends to happen a lot, where people who get haste runes and then they seem to think like they're invincible. And you got someone for it, so it's not a total waste. The Hag ult did it too, so that's alright. But people get haste runes and they tend to feel like they're immortal and they die to stuns. That's what happens. It happens all the time. I can't tell you how many times that happens to me, like every game pretty much. People feel like, oh, I have a haste rune, I'm immortal, nobody's gonna kill me, I'm totally fine. Predator thinking he's immortal too. Predators love to do that as well, actually. I'm someone who gets very guilty because of that on Predator. Do they have a bound eye? Okay, Bombardier bought a bound eye. That's very stupid by him. Not that I have anything against the bound eye, just on him. He's the lowest level in the game, the squishiest player in the game. I don't know what he's doing with that. He should definitely hand that off to Predator or Deadwood. He should not be carrying that. But hey, that's good for your team. So let's see. At the moment, you're doing a really good job, actually. Early game, you had a few mistakes with your decision making. You decided to stick in the jungle and farm it instead of going to gank the other lanes. I don't fully agree with that, but that's totally fine. It seems to have worked out a little bit. The only thing is that I do want to note that the heroes that are doing good on your team versus the heroes that are doing good on their team, they have better late game potential with those heroes. So essentially what that means is that you guys, being the team that has less late game potential with the heroes that are doing good, need to try and end this. And the way to do that is to be really aggressive. So the way you should have done that, I would have said put a ward here somewhere, throw a ward here, and then throw a ward here, and permagank this jungle. I mean, seriously, dominate this jungle. Teach them that this jungle belongs to you. If they come in it, they're going to die, alright? And you should have... Oh, free invis by Hag. Nice job, Hag. This idiot doing nothing. Does he have the bound eye now? Okay, yeah, he passed it off to Alonia. Still odd. I wouldn't have said Alonia needs it either. He knows that Alonia has a bound eye, right? Why? I was gonna say he should have seen that the ward got hurt, so he shouldn't have walked into that, and I'm glad he didn't. But I still don't think he realizes. So we're kicking Brown now. What I would say is, even if he built a Codex. So he's going to get away. Yeah, he's gone. Even if he built a Codex, kicking him is not the answer. Okay, so Brown insta-kicks you. Yeah, that's going to pass. Even if he built a Codex, he's still doing something. The only time I really kick people is if they're doing nothing. If they're doing nothing or just hurting the team far worse than they're benefiting it by the things they're doing, then I'll kick people. He's not feeding too bad. And he still has an ult and his Codex. He can still do a little bit of damage. Even though he's being a D-bag, he is being kind of a douchebag building a Codex. It's fine. I don't think it's something you should kick him over. Just saying. But, so, I imagine level 4 soon. Yeah, that's what it looks like you're going for. So, I don't know what to say other than the Codex thing. I can't emphasize that enough. Getting a Prodex right away, I think, is just foolish. You don't need that much burst. That's a lot of burst, you know? So this should be an insta jump onto him. I wish we had a PK from our Moraxus, but either way, yeah, free kill. So I'm saying anybody who's this far out against your team, punish that immediately. So this is good as well. Punishing this, very good. Now chase that. That's what you, yeah, definitely chase that. If we had Hag Slow, nice. If we had a PK from Moraxus, this would be incredibly easy. But okay, so that was very good. That was 1 for 3. Now you need towers. This is your goal right here. You want this tower and probably this tower too. Instead of getting a tower, you guys are going for a kill. No, especially when you saw him TPing out, and then you're just gonna farm. Big mistakes on your part, very big mistakes. And on top of that, Hag died to yellow because she's stupid. Big mistakes. You need to push. Like I've said, they have better late game potential, meaning you can't win just by getting kills. You need to capitalize on those kills. You need to get more than that. You need the benefits of getting a kill, which means you kill someone, and the benefits of getting a kill, then you can push. So you need to push. And if you're not going to do that, if you're not going to do that, then you're not going to get done what needs to be done. You know what I mean? You could kill them a million times over and over and over again, but eventually, if you're not pushing, eventually they'll get the farm they need to kill you. That's just how it works. And there's not really much else I can say about that. I think that is really where you lost this game, not pushing right there. You're not capitalizing on what needs to be capitalized upon. So this should be a free kill. He's definitely going to get Master of Arms, but that's fine. Master of Arms for Deadwood, definitely. Now this is where you push again. They killed your most useless hero. You need to push again. Okay, so here's another free kill. Parasite should be jumping in on this. Okay, you guys both went B. Even if you're low on mana, I don't fully agree with that. Hag went in solo, it's not good. I don't fully agree with that just because you have the Ring of Sorcery for a reason, you know? Okay, so you got a PK now instead of a level 5 Codex. So I like that you're getting other items. I like that you got to level 3, stopped, and are getting other items now. That's really good. PK, I don't think I agree with. Not that it's not helpful, it's just... It's not the item I would have liked to have seen. So had you guys had a ward right here, you would have come over and insta-killed him. Unfortunately, you don't, so no, he's going to get away probably. Yeah. That's just, you know, the nature of the beast. It is what it is. As a spectator, I kind of see these opportunities, and I feel bad that you guys don't capitalize on them. But when you're in the game, you know, people get a little bit greedy and all such, so you can actually fight this. I don't think you can kill him, but I don't think he should be able to kill you either. So he used his leap, so you should actually turn around and mess around with him a little bit. They don't have a tower to TP here, so you can get back up. You should have leeched him, ulted him, because at this point the cooldown's 30 seconds. Why not? Just messed around with him a little bit. Make him leave the jungle. Make him go back. You know what I mean? Other than that, the wards. The wards is what's killing you guys. You don't have wards here to gank. You're not being as aggressive as you need to be. It's just you're not pushing when you capitalize on things. These are mistakes they don't seem like they're big mistakes, but they're actually enormous mistakes. You going in right here, I guess that's fine. A lot of people with Parasite like to go in to scout when they're in a creep because they think, you know, they're going to waste their stuns on me or whatever, waste their skills, and then, you know, there's nothing they can really do. I'll just, you know, get out of the creep and leave. To an extent, when you're going up against the whole team, see, like that, but, I mean, yeah, see, this is what I mean, when you're going up against people who are just too strong, yeah, see, that's what I mean, it's too much, you know? To an extent, you can have that kind of mindset, but, I mean, really, without wards, which you guys don't have, you can't do that, alright? So at this point, I would even say, if nobody else is going to buy wards, you can buy wards. You have the Codex, you'll make up the gold in one kill, and the wards would I guarantee you the wards would give you at least one kill. Like, that's the stuff. I know people like to be cheap. I'm totally on the same page. I don't like buying wards either when I play carries or gankers or heroes that don't buy wards, or aren't supposed to, rather. It's just part of the game, though. You know, if they're not gonna buy wards, somebody needs to buy wards. Wards are that beneficial that I'd even say having them on a carry or something is still a good idea. So this is a weird dive from them. They know it's a 4v5, but I mean, they're diving for Master of Arms. So that was a weird ult by Hag. Hag should blink and kill him, Hag knows that he's low. Okay, he's invis, so never mind. I was gonna say Hag should have known that her ult lowered him. So this, yes, here we go. Moraxus. Oh, Moraxus, no mana. No, he missed the one skill he had. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Moraxus, kill. No, you're dead, Moraxus. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate indeed. So Hag should have blinked and killed him. He just saw that. He saw them use everything. Hag should have blinked and killed that. This Hag kind of misplaying quite a bit here. I'm kind of upset about that. I assume he's going for a Nullstone. Totally great item. Against this team, totally great item. And actually, even a Nullstone on you would have been a good item. Those Ghost Marcher Micro. I know, right? A little bit of fun there in the conversations. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to say it over and over again. I think I don't need to keep emphasizing it, but the wards and the lack of aggression is what lost me this game. And I 100% guarantee you that. You guys definitely had a chance, but really I think the key point where the game was just lost is where you didn't push in that team fight that you guys won. And the reason I think that is because that was really your one opportunity to kind of make a dent, kind of scare them, drop their morale, get stuff done. Now you're kind of in the phase where like you can't really do anything. And I mean, you could have warded and killed them, but you didn't. So now, I mean, it looks like you want this Granite. You can just jump and kill him. Yeah, I was going to say, there's nothing stopping you. I mean, granted, you didn't know where all of them were because of your lack of ward vision, so I totally understand the skepticism. Surprise me. I love 1400, 1500 games. People love to just troll and bad manner like crazy. It's awesome. Bam, wrong hotkey, I'm sure. So even though you didn't know where they were, you still went in. I'm fine with that because really, Parasite can get in, kill, and get out before anybody can even notice what happened. That's his awesomeness. You know what I mean? That's what makes him great. So I love that you went in, even though you didn't know where they all were. I'm totally okay with that. Plus, you got Grinix. Had you not gotten Grinix and had like 4 of them PK'd on you and killed you, it would be a different story. But you got Grinix, so even if they PK'd and killed on you, I wouldn't even be upset about your decision. So that's totally fine. You need to be making more decisions like that. Actually, risk with Parasite is usually worth it. Risk is I don't know why this item's like grayed out for me. That's kind of odd. Risk is part of him. You have to be a little bit risky with him because you have to go balls deep in the enemy territory to get these kills late game and mid game, and that's fine. I'm not saying anything about it, especially since you're level 19. Look at that. He's level 12. He's level 16 now. I think he was 15 a minute ago, and he's level 17. So, and even Predator level 15, although he's got that magic immune, which really kind of kryptonites you. But even still, and actually the magic immune, if you used it at the right time, the magic immune would even get rid of your your movement steal debuff. That's actually one of the things that I love about that magic immune is that not only does it make you immune to magic, but it also gets rid of the debuffs on you. So that's another thing. Master of Arms dying again in mid. Master of Arms, I don't even think I need to say it. I'm pretty sure anybody watching this can tell. Master of Arms and Plague Rider very much so misplaying like this game, like significantly. I mean, I get it, man. You had kind of a tough tri-lane to go. I mean, not that was really a good tri-lane, but just the fact that you were going up against a tri-lane and didn't really get any support. I get it. It's tough, but, you know, this isn't an excuse. I think you just got your Codex. Okay, Codex level 4. Again, I think you should have gone for, like, other items. But, you know, at this point, we're 40 minutes in, so I'm okay with the Codex getting upgraded. I just think if you had a Frostburn instead of that PK, it would be better for you. Or even, like... Well, maybe or even Spell Shards would be my next item, I think. This is bad. You don't have any wards. They have eyes, and you should know that because they've... Yeah, this is bad. You need to get out right now. You're dead. Oh, I thought I saw Deadwood PK on you. Oh, God, nice job. So I guess there's the joy of the PK, but, I mean, you wouldn't have needed the PK if you hadn't gone in blind anyways. So you guys need to get wards up. I imagine you're typing something in chat because you're kind of just sitting here. I can't see team chat. I think there's a way I can do it, but I don't particularly want to see team chat because it would distract my thought process, and then, you know, that lowers the quality of my comments, I think. So that's just me. So Predator building pretty shitty, like every Predator does. I love being Sanitarius, but then he goes straight for a Shield Breaker. I don't know why Predators like Shield Breaker so much. I think you're much better off getting like a Demonic Breastplate or a Behemoth's Heart, getting tanky. Because of his Carnivorous, he has so much damage already. I don't fully understand the reason why every Predator likes to just go straight for pure damage and never get any sustainability. I guess it's because of his Stonehide, but I mean, come on guys, like, you're not invincible. And actually, a lot of the time what they'll do is they'll get, like, you know, maybe, usually they don't get the Insanitarius, but, you know, they'll get like Insanitarius, Shield Breaker, and then they'll just get a Shrunken Head, which is a stupid item to get on him. You have Magic Immune. You have 4 seconds of Magic Immune, something like, I think it's like 5.25 seconds. That's even more than I thought. You have 5.25 seconds of Magic Immunity. You don't need a Shrunken Head. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic again. That's a waste of gold. Get another item that's not a waste. Like, unless you're stupid or poor or out of position or something, 5.25 seconds is plenty. Really, you don't need more than that. You really don't. And for some reason, Predators just love to build like that. Other than that, though, items on this side pretty good. I actually kind of like the Hellflower, only because against Hag, it's great to get a Hellflower. I'm not sure I agree with it on him. I would have liked it on Elonia, but Elonia is playing more supporty, so that's fine. 2 Tablet of Commands. Not sure how I feel about that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, you don't necessarily need that many. Oh, I thought you guys were doing Concord. My mistake. Oh, sorry. Where is Parasite? Is who I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. It's hard to see him when he's in his little, when he's in a creep. What's to say? So, the items here, not so bad. Demonic Breastplate, like it on him, totally good. Especially since the negative armor actually applies to his ultimate. His ultimate used to be superior magic damage, and they changed it to physical damage now. Yeah, it's physical damage now. They changed it. It used to be superior magic, so the Demonic Breastplate wouldn't affect it. Now it's physical, so now when he lowers your armor, that does more damage. So that's actually a great item on Deadwood. I love it. And a lot of people don't get it, which really surprises me, but hey. So I think it looked like you wanted to jump in there. I'm glad you didn't, because that would have been a very sad day for you. So I'm very glad you didn't do that. You just stole CK from Playgrider. Totally okay with that. Playgrider's an idiot anyways. And on top of that, he doesn't need him as much as you, so I'm totally okay with that. What do we get? We still don't have that Nullstone completed on Hag. Kind of disappointing. So now we got our level 5. We got our Prodex here. That's nice, I guess. So now, I hope what we're going to see next on you, if this game lasts much longer, which it does. It actually lasts another, about 20 minutes, actually. So that's kind of odd. I think what I'm going to do is speed up the time, because, so we're going to watch it on 2 times speed. And the reason for that is simply because most of the late game stuff isn't really Parasite relevant. At this point, you guys are kind of just delaying the inevitable. The game's pretty much lost. Predator is just going to be too beastly. I mean, even with the Shield Breaker, that hero is just too beastly to beat. So sorry if I'm speeding it up and you don't like that. I apologize. It's just that's a lot of extra time where I imagine it's going to be a lot of nothing happening. That's usually what happens late game, and then it usually comes down to one team fight that changes the game. So, okay, you just PK'd out of there like at the last second. That was nice. I thought you were going to PK in for a second, and I was like, whoa. So, item-wise, Master of Arms, still don't really get it, but whatever, I guess. Some wards on you. I love that. Finally, we see you buying some wards. I love it. I don't know where they just went. Oh, they went in the Kongor pit. Okay. You do need ward on Kongor. I agree with that. Master of Arms got some wards. How many are we looking at? 4. I like that. So he should pass those off to somebody who can actually place them, though. And you're stuck here. Nice. Okay, so item-wise, we finally got the Nullstone on Hag. Love it still. Moraxus, getting that Shaman's Headdress, really good. He finally got the PK, really good. I like that. I like both of those. He should actually get a Barrier Idol. A Barrier Idol would be great for this team. Yeah, I don't think he's going to, in all honesty, but he might. If he does, that's great. So we're going to go ahead and find Parasite, wherever he is, over here. Alright, so we're going to kind of try and stick to you. Yellow here is clearly, he's waiting for backup, and then they're going to try and kill you. You should kill him. Oh, you could have totally killed him. Oh, I mean, I know you wouldn't have known that he was by himself, but you could have totally... Oh, does he have a haste rune or something? No, he just looks fast because I have a 2 times speed. Alright, you could have totally killed him. I know you didn't know where the rest of the team is, so I actually agreed with your decision not to jump on him. If this gets away, I'm going to be a very sad panda, so I really hope, thank God. Okay, now you need to push. Okay, Deadwood dead for a Plague Rider? Yes, you killed their 2 best heroes. You need to take this advantage to push. If you don't, then I am going to be an extremely sad panda. Which we are, it looks like. We need to push. If they try to defend this, both you and Moraxus, if they go past, say, this line right here, with where my pointer is, so right there. Oh, now we need to go for another lane. You guys should just BD. You should just backdoor this. There's no reason not to. Either this one or top lane. And you're not going to. It looks like you're just going to go back and farm. If you're not going to backdoor it, then you should go Kongor. Either of those is fine. Moraxus is... Oh, nice PK. Very nice reaction time on Moraxus. Like, I can't even stress that enough. That was very nice reaction time on Moraxus. Very good props to Moraxus, man. Tell my city's great. Oh, God, that was unfortunate. Nice ultimate by Bombardier. That was unfortunate. Very good reaction time on Moraxus, though. So you didn't really use your push potential. I wish you got 1 tower, which is nice. But if you weren't going to backdoor another tower, you should have Congored, okay? You really should have Congored. You need that token of life to like win these team fights. So Brown is probably dead here since he doesn't have a TP. And again, I want to stress that all game long, I don't think I've seen you with a single TP. Maybe once or twice, but you really need a TP. See, these guys realize they just backdoor. There's no, this isn't a tournament or anything, so it doesn't matter. What matters is winning. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of bad manner involved. Nice jump on the Federer. I love that. Very good teamwork. Very good teamwork. Press the advantage. Kill all of them. This should be free kills. Orange should die here. You guys really should actually get an eye if you're not going to kill Elonia and take the eye. So this is really like, you guys should have pressed that advantage. You're kind of low, so you went the eye. I'm fine with that. Because Deadwood didn't ult yet, and I'm not sure if you actually paid attention to that. But, oh, you actually didn't go B. Nice job. Nice. See? There, see, the wards help. See, this is very good. You guys are playing very well right now, actually. You're capitalizing on the stuff you need to. I really hope what we're going to see is a genocide here, and then you're going to push. Now, I know how the game ends. Yes, see, so this is what it usually comes down to. It usually comes down to one team fight, and it... What are you doing? No, you guys are like pushing a lane. You can just backdoor at this point. There's no reason to do this. There's no reason to push this lane. See, Hag is going straight for the mid lane. Totally fine with that. Hag, go for it. Have a ball. There's nothing she should be scared of. She can just blink away against him. She doesn't have a Hellflower or anything. I'm not sure why she's scared of him so much. Her Nullstone is even up, so now she should leave now that she realizes that somebody else is up. You guys aren't even going to get a tower from this. You might get one. This is really unfortunate. If you guys are just... Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think you're going to get one, actually. No, so that's unfortunate. So you guys really need to know when to just backdoor. And actually, you should have just killed that creep to get health. You shouldn't have even walked it, but not like it's relevant, just saying. But you guys really need to realize when backdooring is the thing to do. There's a time when bad manner is just unappreciated by all parties involved, but there's another time where the game's fairly even, and losing the game just because the creeps aren't there doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's one thing if both teams are up and you just send like a scout to backdoor Rax or something. That's rude. That's bad manner. That's not very nice. These guys need to get back, by the way. They realize there's only 4 of them, and they probably know there's 5 of the enemy team, so they should back up a little bit. Even Moraxus, even though it looked like he was dancing there or something. I apologize. So, okay, so we get post-haste. At least you have a TP now, is all I'm going to say on that. I don't agree with the item. I think you should have gotten something else and just bought a TP. And then you're going for a Frostlight, I think is what it's called. I saw that in your items at the end. I don't know how well that works on him. I don't really mess around with that so much. I usually get a Frostburn, and then I'll build that into a Dawnbringer on him. I'm not sure if the Frostlight and then built into a Dawnbringer is any better or what, but either way, it's not that big of a deal. So why don't you guys push for once? Yes, thank you, Deadwood. I think he means just to straight out push in a 5v5, so that's stupid. He's really trying to bait you. I love how they initiate onto the worst player in the team, but what I don't love is that there's not the backup here. so here we go. This is GG. There's no way this can end the game. So we got 4 dead. Elonia TP'd out. So please tell me we're just going to backdoor a tower here. That's what it looks like we're going to do. Thank you very much. No. Maybe. Yes. So we're just healing up a bit. And then we're teleporting. No. No, we don't need to... Okay, if we're going to get mid-racks, it's fine. As long as we're pushing, I'm not upset where we're pushing. It's okay. I hope we're going to get this, though. If Elonia tries to defend this, there should be, like, instantly 3 blinks on her. All 3 of you should kill her immediately if she comes past, like, here. Like, past these buildings here, she should be dead. So I imagine that's what we're going to see. We get a Rax. Perfect. Oh, no! We're not even going to get the Rax. Nice. We got the melee, please. That's all that matters. Okay. Alright. Oh, actually, we don't want to lose this one. Playguard is dead. You get his ult off first? So I saw the Codex. I'm actually going to slow it back down. Oops, that's the wrong key. So I'm going to slow it back down. The Bound Eye actually dropped right there. And the Legion team destroyed it, I believe. So you guys you overstayed your welcome just a little bit. The key thing here, though, is that 2 of your 3 key players are still alive, at least. Hag does not have the money to buy back. I believe it'll be, like, 2k or something at this point, give or take. Maybe even a little more than that. So you're going to lose this tower, but you need to pay attention to say, let this tower die. Let it die, honestly. If you have your immunity, I can't see if you have it, but if you do have it, just use it to delay this. Just let that tower die. Good job. You guys don't even try to defend this. This you need to defend, though. You can't lose this tower. You can't lose these melee racks, or all of what you just did is essentially nullified. It's back to even, you know what I mean? You lose that advantage. So this is not okay. You have you defending this, Moraxus and Master of Arms here. Good. Okay, PKing onto Deadwood I didn't agree with. But PKing and defending this I agree with. I love how they're focusing this Master of Moraxus. So that is so bad on their part. You are about to get a double kill, I imagine. Focus Predator of the 2. Good job. And one more. Good. Now PK. Oh, just barely too far. It was a nice guess. It was a nice guess. She had a TP, but it was a very good guess. I'll give you that one. So that'll be the end of the game. So you just killed these 2. You should either just Kongor and end it, or just end it, or one of the, either or. It doesn't matter to me which one you guys do, but at this point there's no reason to sit here and farm Ancients, okay? So Ancient farming is done. There shouldn't, even just a few seconds you waste on Ancients is really key at this point if you're not pushing, okay? So I want to emphasize that. It's actually a big deal. Now, I already know who wins the game. I'm not going to spoil it because it's over in a minute or 2 anyways, but like 3 minutes or something. But had I not known who was going to win this game, it was a little bit on the fence there for a while. The fact that you guys weren't pushing, you weren't capitalizing on the kills that you would get, it's a little bit on the fence there. So a normal spectator who didn't know the outcome of the game already would be slightly on edge about that. And actually, now that I think about it, I hadn't thought about it before, but I would actually not even be upset if you got a PK. Sorry, not PK, you did get a PK, a Shrunken Head. If you had gotten a Shrunken Head, I would have been totally fine with that, actually. That's still a good item. Moraxus just jumping in and kicking butt. So, no, he didn't get the barrier idol, but he did get a Behemoth's Heart, so good job on him. So this should be a free range Rax, and then I think these guys should back off. Yeah, because Deadwood and Predator are both still up, and Grinix too, I guess. Not that he's really doing so much, but I mean, I guess he is doing something. Okay, so Plague, gotta be that troll, gotta get those kills. You guys should probably lead this. So you did get Grinix, you did get Deadwood. You could actually turn around and fight this now. Now, granted, oh, they just conceded. So, they do just concede. So GG, well played. The Hellborn team does in fact win the game. I knew that from the start. For those of you who didn't know it, haha, surprise. I knew who won the game at the beginning. So real quick, we're going to recap the things that I would like to go over. So first of all, you guys really need to pay attention to capitalizing on pushes when you get the time, especially when you have heroes like Parasite that kind of taper off late game. That's really key. There were at least 2 or 3 major cases where you guys didn't capitalize when you should have at least gone Kongor or something. You shouldn't have just, farmed or backed off or whatever. So whatever you do, whether it be Kongor or push or try and get another kill or something, farming should not be in that list once you're past, 40 minutes, okay? Or you're even like 35 maybe. And it depends on what your team is, but since you guys didn't really have a hard carry, since Master of Arms is doing pretty shitty, I would say even past 30, that should be like on your list of things to do. So other than that, early game wise, the big mistakes you made were you didn't help the other lanes as much as you could have, since your top lane was kind of screwed over. You decided to farm. You got a really fast Ring of the Sorcerer. That was good. I think after you got the Ring of the Sorcerer, or even before that, you should have swapped jungles. I think you should have gone to the Legion jungle and just ganked mid and bot over and over again. Obviously, I think you should have brought... Well, actually, they had ward pulled, and they had a rune ward down there, so you actually didn't even need to bring your own wards. They would have seen... you would have been able to see when the enemy team was coming for you from bot lane, which they probably would have done had you changed jungles. So just keep in mind of that. Other than those two things, the only other major mistakes you made were your build was slightly iffy, and that applies to pretty much everybody in the game, not just you. And I'll recap builds and creep score in a sec, so don't worry. But other than that, your build was slightly iffy. Your positioning was actually really good for the vast majority of the game. There were a couple times... the first one that comes to mind where you and Moraxus kind of dove that mid tower when Deadwood was killing your bottom lane, and had killed Deadwood, and you guys dove too far, and then you died in the process. So that was the one that comes to mind. That was a little bit too far, a little bit out of position there. Other than that, now I want to go over creep score, stats, and your build. So creep score wise, you did great for a Parasite. Normally, a carry, I would say, you want to get 100 every 20 minutes minimum, okay? Especially past the first 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes, maybe there's slightly a little bit of leeway in there, but after that, every 20 minutes, you want to get at least 100 CK if you're playing a hard carry. Probably more than that, actually. But so, CK-wise for Parasite, 200 at 60 minutes, I'm proud of that. That's good. You did a good job on that. Moraxus did pretty damn good as well. Build-wise, well, actually, I'll talk about builds in a sec, so don't worry. Hag, CK-wise did great. She did great on CK-wise, but that's Hag, she has that ability to do that, especially with that sonar scream, I believe is what it's called. Master of Arms, actually he did better CK-wise than I thought he would, to be honest with you. Build, I'll talk about builds, I keep doing that, but I'll talk about builds in a minute. And actually, Playgrider beat you on CK, which is a little bit annoying to say the least, but it's because he had all those denies. I think the way it works at the end is it factors in your denies as well as your creep score. So I believe that's how it adds those extra ones, I think. That's my understanding of it. I'm not 100% on that. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how it works. And top being Legion, the Legion team. Bombardier did pretty poorly, although he was playing support-wise. He had a few good ults that I noticed. CK-wise, he's way below where he should be, but hey, that's fine if you're playing support. Deadwood, way below where you should be. That's not fine for you, man. Especially with your grasp, you should be getting more than that. Predator, behind where you should be, man. You should have had at least 300 minimum. But hey, I didn't really expect much. He wasn't really all that good. And Elonia and Grinix, way behind where you should be. Alright, so now build-wise. Well, GPM-wise, your team finished quite well. Hag, 400. You guys, 330. You and your friend, Moraxus being decent-wise. And then your two baddies. Not too bad, I guess. The Legion team, that's about what I would have expected their GPMs to be at. Yeah, just about 200s, give or take. You guys actually probably should have been a little bit higher. 350 plus was what I was expecting for you two, you and Moraxus. Unfortunately, that's not what it is, but hey, it's not bad by any means. Alright, so now, build-wise, Moraxus, I love your build with the exception of you got Soul's Bulwark before Portal Key. I think you should have got the Portal Key first, as well as I think you should have gotten a Barrier Idol before your Behemoth's Heart. Now, some people may argue the Behemoth's Heart is more valuable. It may be. I personally think you should have gotten the Barrier Idol first. But the Behemoth's Heart thing clearly worked out for you. You were running in, tanking like a crazy mofo. I loved that. You were doing quite a good job initiating and everything. So I'm actually not even upset that you didn't get the Barrier Idol. Parasite, the only thing is you got a Portal Key. I think you should have gotten a Frostburn instead of a Frostlight, I think is what it's called. Is that what it's called? Frozen Light, sorry. Frozen Light, I think you should have gotten a Frostburn before the Portal Key, then maybe a Portal Key if you want, and I think you should have just stuck with Ghost Marchers, not Striders, and you should have just carried a TP with you. It's not that big of a deal to carry a TP. Now I'm aware that Post-Haste does in fact give you a little bit more benefit, you know, considering you can teleport to other things, you can teleport to creeps and such, but other than that, you know, I mean, it's I don't know if it's necessarily worth that much when you're not stacked on items already. Hag-wise, great build. I love the build Hag. Keep it up. No flaws. The order, I believe you went Hellflower, then Nullstone, then Frostwolf, and obviously got the the Grave Locket first. That's fine. Like the order. Your APM was a little bit low, Hag and Moa, but that's fine. APM doesn't really necessarily dictate how good or bad you did. It's just kind of an idea of your reaction time usually. And then Moa, your build, fine. I just think the order of your build was a little bit off. I'm not sure what this is going to be built into. Maybe a charged hammer, perhaps. I think that's a part of the charged hammer. I think that's part of the lightning part of it. I don't remember what that thing's called at the moment, but I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure. So there's that. You have an eye on Plague Rider. That's the one he stole from Melonia, so that's good. Post-haste on Plague Rider makes no sense when you don't have that many items yet. Just carry a TP, man. Codex, you're an idiot. There's nothing else need to be said other than that. You're an idiot, and you weren't boarding, so you're a double idiot. And I think if you ever watch this, which I hope you do, because you're an idiot and you actually need help, don't be an idiot anymore. Go play no-stat games if you want to be an idiot. I hate people who come into matchmaking and ruin the game for everybody just because they want to be an idiot. If you don't know how to play, or something along those lines, then go play no-stats. And also, I just want to comment on, I don't know why bad players are always so confident about how good they're doing, even though they're so bad. Whoever told you guys that you're so right in doing those things, you're not. So stop it, okay? I just want to I want to emphasize this in every video I make. I don't know why they're so confident, but they're not. They're not good. So they need to cut it out. All right. Legion build wise, love the build on Bombardier, love it. I imagine that's going to be a Nullstone next. Totally fine with that. Love it. Deadwood, love the build. Probably should have had a little bit more items, but his GPM wasn't where it should be. So, and then like I said, yeah, he got a shrunken head on him, just like I was figuring. He goes, they love to get like super amounts of damage, and then they just back it up with the only survivability they get is shrunken head, and they're like, okay, I'm good, and I'm like, all right, man, whatever. So I've already commented on this build. That's just don't be stupid. You know, build. You know, I like to get Insanitarius, then I go for Frostburn, then Demonic Breastplate on him, and usually the game ends by then. Usually I win. I had 100% win ratio with Predator using that build almost every game, with the exception of some games I wouldn't build Insanitarius if I was a little bit behind. I would go straight for the Frostburn and then other things, you know. But I had 100% win ratio with that build for my first 17 games or something like that. Now I have like an 87% win ratio or 80%. Actually, I can check that real quick. I'll even check that for you guys just because I'm a nice guy like that. What's my win ratio? Oh, okay, sorry. So now it's down to 61.8%. But I mean, still a 1.8 KD, 34 wins, 21 losses. It was for like the first 17 games. It was 100% or something. So, I mean, you know what I mean, guys. I think I know at least a little bit of what I'm talking about. All right. So just keep that in mind. And then Ilonia, and I actually mained Pred for a long time. He is still one of my favorite heroes to play. So you know, just keep that in mind. Ilonia, I love the item wise. The only thing I'm a little bit skeptical on is the Shaman's Headdress, and the only reason for that, I mean, I know you got it because of the mass magic damage, especially with the codexes, but maybe a Shrunken Head would have made more sense. I mean, at that point, that late in the game, because I know she didn't get that until late in the game, I think, that's a little bit odd. Grinix, your build, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is odd. I don't main Grinix, I don't play Grinix, so I don't know what to tell you. Maybe this is a great build. I just think that is the most random and weird assortment of items. You got an Energizer, a Hellflower, and a Frost brand, or an Ice brand, sorry. I'm like in my head when I see that, I'm like, what the hell were you thinking? That doesn't make any sense. None of those items, like, mesh well together. Like, the Energizer, and I don't think there's anything even need to be said. That just, none of it makes any sense. And then that looks like you're going for a Light brand here, and I imagine you were going for a Frozen Light, just like him, and then hopefully into a Dawnbringer. I'm actually fine with the Dawnbringer. I just think you should have gotten a Frostburn and then built into a Dawnbringer. The only time I like people getting Frozen Light into a Dawnbringer is if you're on an intelligence hero. Parasite is a little bit debatable. I think he actually is an intelligence hero, but he doesn't really play like an intelligence hero. But other than that, Grinix didn't really play that good to begin with, so I don't think my comments on his build really surprise anybody. His build is just a little odd to begin with. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. If anybody who plays Grinix and wants to comment on it, feel free. I just think that's odd. I don't see any combination where those items make sense on any hero. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. So other than that, that's all there really is to say. The last 5-10 minutes I recapped everything, so I hope that helped for the people who don't have time to watch. Also, I want to emphasize, carry a TP. Carry a TP. That goes for everybody. There was pretty much nobody in this game, with the exception of maybe Moraxus, who constantly had TPs going. These guys both have a TP, which is really nice. I was actually only paying attention to the Hellborn, so I really don't want to comment on the Legion not having TP, so I'll rephrase that. Anybody on the Hellborn team who didn't have a TP, so have a TP, guys. Come on. TP, 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 TP. Have a TP, alright? Don't just go straight for post-haste, after you've got your first or second core item, just because you don't want to carry a TP. Just get a TP. Don't be cheap, It's actually worth way more than 135. Like, I would have paid, like, for TPs, I would pay anywhere upwards of, 200 for them, 250 even, maybe. They're just so valuable. They really are. So other than that, that's a good recap for you. I hope it helped. Thank you for watching, if you watched all the way through, or thank you for skipping to the end and watching the summary, at least. I appreciate it either way. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it, both Gegiliscious, Blue Moss, and anybody who watches this. And thank you again, and like and subscribe. You know where the buttons are if you want. Feel free to hit them. I try to put 3 to 5 videos out a week. I'm actually going back to school on Sunday. I move back in. My classes don't start till Tuesday, but I move back in on Sunday, and my video quantity will actually drop a little bit. I'll definitely be trying to get out at least 3 videos a week, though, so at least look forward to that. But usually the beginning of semesters, they kind of load on the homework to try and weed out the people who aren't really trying in the classes, Granted, I'm a sophomore, so at this point, the classes are kind of like people who are really into it, but there's still some people in here who are not really trying. But so the teachers try and get you to withdraw or drop it or whatever, you know what I mean? So, so they kind of load you real heavy for the first month or so. But I'll still try and put out 3 videos. So thank you again. I can't say that enough, I guess. Or feel free to dislike the video if you want, but please tell me why you disliked it if you're going to dislike it. I would really appreciate that. Other than that, thank you for watching for the 4th or 5th time now. And I will talk to you guys later. GG, well played, guys. Elfis out. Elfis out.